G'day and welcome back to Dark Solid Gaming and Willamina Forest. We are continuing on with our hardcore 24-day season challenge on a total forestry map, being Willamina Forest obviously. And we are continuing on from where we left off in the last episode, where we bought our Crone Big M, the Big M500, and we ended up cutting all this grass around this area where we've done the deforestation. And we are now going through and windrowing all this grass ready for collection. So we have actually dropped the time back a bit for this particular episode and this time, just so we can get all this dealt with before we go through the nighttime cycle. I don't want to lose any of this grass. So although it's not what we really want to do, I'm sure we'll make up for it with skipping days and all that sort of stuff anyway. So that's what we're just sort of doing at the moment. So I'm going to quickly just go around, windrow all this, then grab the unloader and do a few dozen loads with grass and get it all stowed away in our silo. Now, what else has happened? Well, obviously we bought a new tractor as well. We bought the Class 960 TerraTrack, another tractor that's fast becoming one of my favorites. I just love the configuration of this thing. I think it's a wonderful looking tractor, if nothing else. And then we've got the Class 1515, I think it is, windrower that we're using here as well. So we're using a bit of a classy outfit at the moment, pardon any puns, but we're going to hopefully get this done in relatively quick time, and we can then move on to our next game day and see where we're going. So we're getting closer and closer to autumn, and that should be our time when we start looking at harvesting our fields. So yeah, looking forward to that part. As you can see, there's a fair bit of grass we ended up mowing. There could have been more, as we said previously. We could have got all the rest of the trees out, but I just wanted to get it done while we had the opportunity to, while I also had the funding to purchase the new equipment to get it done. So now effectively we have now 3 tractors. So we've got the Xerion 5000, we've got the 960 TerraTrack, and I can't think what the other one is we've got. I think it's is it a 900? Anyway, so we've got another smaller tractor as well. But and there's a Xerion as we speak of it. So yeah, so that's okay, and we've got our 2 combines, which are still at the store. We still haven't brought them back down yet to the farm. That's okay; they're secure there, so they're not going to hurt. Just being there out of the way for the moment. But looking forward to getting those out here and testing to see how well they're going to operate in these sort of conditions. So we've got the Forestry. I think it's the E715, was it, or 517? Can't remember. Something like that. And we also have the Massey Ferguson Activa, the small Massey combine. So there are 2 combines we've got to use going forward at this point in time. So we still have a fair bit of money behind us though. We still have 444,000, and of course that is going to rise again because we've still got a lot more forestry to get rid of. So money isn't really going to be a problem for the shorter term. Longer term, I don't know how things are going, because once we sort of start just farming and stop doing the forestry, we won't be getting a steady income for basically doing nothing other than clearing land. So we should be okay though. I don't think money's going to be really a problem, but we will have to keep a bit of an eye on it. We're certainly not going to go over the top and keep on spending money left, right and centre. What we've bought now is pretty much going to be it now, I think, for a while. I don't see us needing anything else in the near term. We've got 3 good tractors. We've got all the implements we possibly need, as we've got another stump that causes a bit of a hassle. We've got to get rid of that. So yeah, I think overall we're in a very good position, considering we just started off with a couple of bits of kit and a lot of forest to deal with. So yeah, progressing nicely, I think. But what about you? How do you think we're going? Let me know. Give me your early appraisal of the season, of the series I should say, and how you think we're going. Are there any decisions we could have made that could have improved what we're doing? Have we made any wrong decisions in your opinion? or what can we do to make things better? It's all open to you, so let me know in the comments down below. And certainly it helps us to sort of know people are interested and taking an interest in what we're doing here as well. Alright. Now I thought I did have the Crone Swadro as well, but I didn't have that. So, and it wasn't available at the store, so the store doesn't stock it. So that's why, well, we already had this anyway, so it wasn't much of a problem. It is a bit a bit smaller in its working width, but as you can see, it's doing a good enough job, I think, for what we need it for at the moment. So we'll just continue using this. And I don't know how many, like I alluded to earlier, I don't know how many trips we're going to have to end up doing with the loading wagon, because the loading wagon is not exactly a really high capacity either. So and we've got a lot of grass just in this early cut of all this. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how many trips we end up with and how much grass we end up with. Alright, we're just going to follow this one through here, merge those two together. Now we have cut up through here as well. I don't know if I'm going to get all the way through here though, but we'll head up there and have a look and see. Oh, that was just a straight run straight down and through, so that'll be okay. We can take this. I think this was just the one run with the big M. So as you can see, the width is about perfect. Yeah, right, we'll just swing on in here now and we'll do this outside row, and then we'll come back and do the centre. But it is good, we've actually, well, as I've misjudged that entirely, we've seen a lot of stumps we need to come and take out before we plough. So it has been useful in that regard. Obviously, notwithstanding, it's also going to be useful by the fact that we're going to have a whole pile of grass for our sheep and any other animals we have in the future. All right. So we'll erase him up there. I didn't want that to happen. I did turn that off, I thought. Obviously not. It had a mind of its own. Alright. Leave that one up there for now. I don't think we're going to really worry about that. Merge these together. It's certainly not going to be a perfect merging of windrows, all that sort of stuff, but I think for the moment it's all we need to do. We just need to basically tidy it up and make it a bit more efficient for picking up with the loading wagon, and then we carry on from there. I had actually thought about buying a second loading wagon and having working in concert with each other, so sort of having follow me and then having them both on, then just following the route. But I don't know if that's really going to be any more beneficial to me. It just means more double handling, jumping in and out of tractors to set them up and running and all that sort of stuff. So we'll probably just continue on with the one for the moment and see how that goes. You see, we got plenty of grass. It's actually quite deceiving how much area there actually is here that we've cleared out, and then obviously how much grass we're going to get. So I'm guesstimating we should get at least 10, and I think I'm under evaluating this by miles. I think we get at least 10 full loads in the loading wagon, and that equates to about 500,000 litres of grass, but I honestly won't be surprised if we have more than that. So alright, up here. And off we go again. Well, there's a huge stump there. Don't know how we missed that to start with. We know about this one because we hit this with the big M. I'm making a nice habit of hitting some of them trees though. Somebody said, I've always said it's quite relaxing doing grass work in Farming Sim 17, Farming Sim 19. I don't know what it is. It's sort of where the Lord of the Grass sort of came from, but I do enjoy doing the grass. I don't know what it is. I don't enjoy doing my own grass, and I'm talking about doing the grass as in that you put on your gardens and your mow and all that sort of stuff, not the other type. Yeah, so it's quite funny, really, I suppose, in the fact that I do enjoy this so much. I could do this for a living. I think I could quite happily, if I had a nice little class tractor and a good set of mower decks, I could go out and just do mowing as a job. I'd be happy. I'd be happy then. Bit of a crest there. That's why I wonder a bit about how we're going to go with some of the harvesting the fields with the combines and stuff, because I think they're going to struggle. I really do. All right, another one done there, so I'll come back around. Line up again. And off we go. So hope you all are doing really well out there. Hope you're getting through this horrible thing we're going through in the world at the moment. It sort of gets a little bit depressing, I guess, seeing it in the news so much, and I certainly don't want to depress you any further by talking about it, but I guess the reality of it is you just have to face up the fact that it's something that we have to deal with at the moment. I certainly, as I've said before, I hope that none of you contract it or your families contract it, because it is quite a nasty thing. I mean, obviously that's why so many people have died from it, but hopefully there's been a lot of work on vaccines and stuff like that, and it seems like they're coming through. There's quite a few that have been fast-tracked, so hopefully we can get on top of this insofar as humanity itself in the shorter to medium term, and it doesn't prolong too long. There's a lot of dim forecasting and a lot of scaremongering and all that sort of stuff by media and all that sort of stuff, but hopefully the reality of it will be is that sometime in the relatively near term we'll have more answers and more solutions to dealing with it. So we'll have to wait and see. I mean, there's better minds than mine that are working on it at the moment, so we just wish them all the best and hope that they continue their work, and their work is supported by all the governments, and we get this thing knocked over the head. All right. So almost finished with the windrow. We can go and collect our loading wagon and begin the arduous chore of collecting and delivering. I say arduous because it's just a bit more of a pain, slower work, all that sort of stuff. I mean, the reality of it is it's not that arduous because you're sitting in a nice comfy tractor and just driving around. So there's a lot more arduous things you could be doing than just driving a tractor around, I can assure you. Alright, almost finished. I think we've got 2 passes probably to finish this off, this little area. maybe 3. Don't worry about it being too perfect though either, because it's all going to be ploughed in, so it's not really going to matter if I miss a little bit. The principle of the matter is we're going to have plenty of grass to use, and we'll be good to go from that. Last little section here. And that would be all she wrote in relation to the windrowing. Alright, so I fold him up and we'll go over and grab the Xerion and start collecting. There's a lot of grass. There is a lot of grass. So hopefully the Xerion's got a lot of fuel in it, because I think we're going to be doing a few trips. There's a little section there we didn't do, but that's okay. Again, we don't have to have a perfect job of it. Just near enough's good enough for government work, as we've said previously. Alright, so let's jump out and get him started. Alright, and we'll go in cab, because we don't need to be outside a cab for this. It's a little bit quieter. I wouldn't necessarily say it's any more scenic, but certainly it's easy enough for us to see what we're doing and line ourselves up. So this will be the preferred methodology while we're doing all the loading of the grass. So yeah, 53,000 litres for each trailer load. So we've already done one trailer load with the other grass. So I'm guesstimating it'll be another 10 loads after this at least. And like I said, don't worry, we're not going to do it all on camera. I'm not going to punish you that much. But I'm reckoning, yeah, I think if we get 500,000 litres of grass, we'll be okay. I don't know. The way it's picking it up, we might be a bit short of that. But I still think about 500,000 is probably about right. Maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less. But time will tell, I guess, won't it? Like everything else. Alright, load 1. At least I suppose the trips to and from are going to be pretty quick, because it's got a lot of get up and go. Good suspension on this thing, it really sort of takes the shock away. But it could be for still a bit of a bumpy ride. Right, stay off the field if we can. We do need to smooth this out a lot more, because as you can see we do bounce around. This is fairly good the way it bounces. I mean, I've got that field of grass is ready to go as well. So if we're in another tractor that's not got as good suspension and the seating and that's not as good in it, then we might be hitting our head a bit more on the top of the tractor, or causing some suspension issues or whatever else. But for the moment, using this thing, I think we're okay. So we're putting construction material in that through here. I do want to smooth that little section out there as well a bit. Need to widen this section here, get rid of some of these trees eventually. Who left that there? It's not in a great position. Hopefully this should unload relatively quick, a lot quicker than our wood chips, for instance. It's not all that quick. Now, I mean, the other option we could have done in relation to if we didn't have to spend money, we already had one or whatever, we could be using a pardon me, a forage harvester and offloading into the Elmer wagon or something like that, which has got a lot higher capacity. But I think this is fine for now. I wonder if they're going to put a speed limit through here. If they're starting to build up this area, I don't reckon it's going to be an open slather sort of area that I can just come screaming through here at 70 kilometers an hour. We'll have to wait and see. Certainly, if they put a school or anything in there, we'll have to slow down for the kidlets. All right, flying around through here. Definitely a nice yacht club over there. So that's what they've built. I hope it's not too exclusive. I hope I can rock up in my coveralls and my work boots and sit down and have a pint and a steak. Or are they going to be one of these tootin' flutin' yacht clubs where you've got to put on a tie and jacket and watch all your howdy doos and all that sort of stuff? If it is, well, they won't be seeing any of my money, and they're going to really enjoy hearing the sounds of all the farm equipment going by quite regularly. So might not have been a really good idea for them to build it there, but anyway, we'll see. All right, back at it again. And that's pretty much time for this episode yet again. So we'll sign off from here, and we'll continue to offload and pick up and offload the grass off camera. We'll come back in the next episode, probably when we've almost finished, or we may already have finished. It just depends on how things go. I haven't got any rain on the forecast, so I haven't got that as a problem particularly. But I'm probably just going to get all this done and out of the way in one go, so we can continue removing the trees and continue prepping our land once we've got them trees removed. So that is the plan from here on in. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you enjoyed seeing our Krone Big M500 and all our grass work. So we certainly have enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to spending some more time in the Big M. But until next time, I think that's going to be pretty much it for us here on Willamina Forest. Don't forget to come and join us on Discord, Facebook, Twitch and Twitter. Details for all those are down below in the comments. Also, don't forget to press that like button if you like the episode. Don't forget to make a comment as well. Let us know. Did you like to see the Big M? Did you pick that I was going to pick the Big M as my mowing means? And let us know if there's anything else you would like to see on the series. Let us know if you're liking the series. All that sort of stuff. I'd really like some feedback to know as to whether we're on the right track and we should continue it on. But apart from that, don't forget, no matter whether it's morning, afternoon, evening or night, no matter where you're in the world, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and we'll see you again very, very soon back here at Duck Solly Gaming and Willamina Forest. See you later. Bye.